All these explosions are great and all, but don't you think those vocals kind of cancel out how badass these guys are? Oh well, this is Kevin from CGR Undertale, taking a look at Neo Contra for the PlayStation 2. So let's just get this out of the way. I'm a huge fan of the old school Contra games. I was practically raised on the original one for the NES, and still have it memorized today. And its explosive 16-bit follow-ups are still in heavy rotation in my Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. But things went awry for the Contra series in 1995 when Contra Legacy of War hit the original PlayStation, like a homing missile straight into my aching alien heart. And even more mediocre 3D experiments followed suit, further tarnishing the Contra name. But eventually, Konami seemed to hear the outcry, with the release of Contra Shattered Soldier for the PS2 in 2002, a satisfying return to the original side-scrolling format. And in 2004, they followed up with this, Neo Contra.
So, the scum have finally arrived!
As you can probably guess, I'm pretty skeptical of anything Neo and Contra. I want straight-up old Contra. If Konami released another 8-bit sequel, kinda like what Capcom's doing with the Mega Man games, I'd be all over it.
With my last breath, I hail thee, Master Contra!
So my first glance at Neo Contra's mainly isometric perspective was a bit disappointing. And the control takes a little getting used to as well. I think this could have been a great opportunity to utilize Robotron-style shooting with the PS2's dual analog sticks, but instead you're locking your movement or shooting angles with the trigger buttons. And somehow you've lost the ability to duck or jump, so you have some new evasive maneuvers to spin past bullets and roll around on the ground. Your arsenal is also set up a bit differently from the older Contras, a lot like the system used in Shattered Soldier. Instead of obtaining power-ups while progressing through levels, you choose a combination of 2 main weapons and 1 lock-on weapon to hit enemies at higher altitudes. Additional weapon configs can be unlocked the more you play, and provide some variety in your running and gunning. So the look and feel of Neo Contra is definitely new, but not necessarily bad. With more of an open mind, I still found it to be fun and challenging and definitely action-packed, with plenty of over-the-top moments. I definitely had a good laugh at Bill Reiser running on helicopter blades during my run-in with Animal Contra.
Trap? Indeed!
And while some of the cutscenes were pretty cheesy, and I can't say I paid much attention to the plot, but overall, the graphics and sound are pretty good, and the pulsing soundtrack is a good fit for its frantic action. Well, other than that opening theme song. As to whether or not you'll enjoy this game probably comes down to this. If you're looking for an old school Contra, it's nowhere to be found here. But for a quick fix of testosterone-fueled carnage, Neo Contra is worth a shot.
Lucia. Lucia!